Let's get sweaty.
Hey guys, welcome to a Shenmue Dojo News Digest video. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, and being quite honest with you, I'm a little bit torn about this one and would be very interested to sort of see what you guys think about it. So, earlier on Wednesday, we had this tweet pop up from Cedric Biscay. Now, for those who don't know who Cedric is, he was one of the executive producers for Shenmue 3. He owns the company Shibuya Productions, who are instrumental in helping get Shenmue 3 made, the Kickstarter, etc. In sort of a response to a question around crowdfunding, he's come back and said that he thinks it'd be complicated to ask for new crowdfunding, but you know, who knows, wouldn't rule it out. Talks about the Shenmue IP being old despite the remaster, and Shenmue 3 obviously hasn't got as many new gamers potentially as they'd like. They have early stage Shenmue 4 picture material and still want to do it. So that's the sort of summary of the tweet itself. Now, at first look, it does come across quite negative. I'll be quite honest with you here, because think back to the interview I did with Cedric almost 3 years ago now. He told me in that interview they were pitching to publishers. Now, they may still be pitching to publishers. For all I know, I don't know. For all Cedric knows, because we don't know the information that he has first-hand, second-hand, third-hand, whatever. So, it does, on the face of it, look quite negative. On the plus side, it then brings up they are thinking, potentially, about crowdfunding again. Now, from a fan perspective, I've been quite honest, I've been cautious about this. And I did talk about a specific scenario that if the game was nearly done, they need to get it over the line, it could be viable. Here, it's obviously talking about, again, very much like the Shenmue 3 situation of bringing it up as a primary source of funding to get the game made itself. I've always been cautious around that, I'm not going to lie to you. But actually, the response from the community to going down this road again has been more positive than I anticipated, which is great, because I like being proved wrong in these sorts of situations, and it means that actually that it could become a viable option for them. I'm not against it if it's done correctly, and they learn from the mistakes of last time, because we know, as Shenmue fans, the media will tear this a new one. You'll see the headlines everywhere. Yu Suzuki wants more money. Scam game wants more. You can see where this thing would end up in gaming media, and we know they live off negative clicks. So you've got to balance this up. The sort of the practicalities around a Kickstarter, the rewards, all those sorts of things, and then the reaction to it from wider media outside the community, because the wider media will have a role to play in this. If it's responded to positively, more people may pick this up and go, to hell with it, I'll back it, especially if it was the last game. That's a different topic, I've covered that separately. But that might entice a few people through the door. The last Shenmue game, the story's going to finish, and Yu Suzuki said he can finish it in 4. He would prefer 5, but can do it in 4. Maybe, just maybe, as much as I don't like to swallow the pill here, it could be the way to go. I don't know. We'll see. And then if they're coming up with more funding up front, it could get a publisher over the line in theory. Tough question, but I think the practicalities around a Kickstarter would need to be thought through very, very carefully, and I think it would need to be managed more effectively than the Shenmue 3 Kickstarter. Use the lessons from that, and hopefully it would be successful. I don't think it would draw as much money as the Shenmue 3 one, being quite upfront and honest with you, but I do think it can be successful. Now, there's also some other sort of, I'm going to rant a little bit here, other factors that annoy me with this sort of thing, that we can't get Shenmue 4 made, but we see Sega essentially throwing money away at other franchises or chasing trends that aren't there, and we have to do this the hard way. And you know, I'm prepared to go the hard way. I've been saying this for months now, that we are in the hard yards now. And arguably, in some circles, harder yards than it would have been for Shenmue 3, because there was this sort of legacy around Shenmue 3, that it was mysterious, all of those sorts of things. And I think casual gamers could jump on that. With Shenmue 3 being made, and you know, dividing opinions, certainly in reviewing circles, although I do think the community as a whole, despite its flaws, liked it, It's then you've now got the market performance behind it as well. You've all got those, all that data's there, which shows that Shenmue 3 was a niche game, and Shenmue is unfortunately a niche franchise. So we're going to have to do this the hard way. On the plus side, if Virtua Fighter 6 got announced at the end of this week for the Game Awards, that is a massive opportunity for us, and I will do a video on that if this actually happens, on how that could benefit Shenmue and potentially push the game forward, or certainly push us getting a fourth game forward. We'll have to see. On top of that, don't forget that the Shenmue 3 Kickstarter and Shenmue 3 gave us the Shenmue 1 and 2 HD re-releases, which we know Sega have commented and said performed quite well and made them money. The anime came out because of it. It was only cancelled because of a greedy merger, and they fucking cash flowed everything away, locked it away, and it just was the unfortunate victim of circumstance. But it did pick up new fans. I don't know how many. And Shenmue 3 has picked up new fans as things have gone on. So it could generate some sort of interest that way if they decided to go down the crowd route again. It's tricky because on the other sort of side of the coin, and I mean this in the greatest respect to Cedric, who I have a lot of time for, is I don't know how in the know he is now. Because the information he's put out there since then, and since he spoke to me, is exactly the same as it was 3 years ago. Note there's no comments around the 110 rumours. Yeah, that's something completely, it could be something completely separate. But I believe there was legs to that somewhere. Somehow there were legs to that, in my opinion. Now, were Shibuya involved in that? I don't know. But there's been no mention of it. In fairness, Cedric hasn't been asked directly. And I'm pretty sure he'd give an answer directly if someone asked him. But there's that as well. And we also don't know what's going on behind the scenes at Wisenet. They are working on a new game. I do believe it's not Shenmue 4. Let me make that clear. It isn't Shenmue 4 in my opinion. But they're still working. They're still pushing. They're still looking. And all the time that Yu Suzuki is still looking for a publisher, still trying to get this game out there, until he says it's game over, it's not game over. And we cannot, I keep saying this, and I will say this till I'm blue in the face. We are in the hard yards now. We cannot give up now. All that work for Shenmue 3 gets pissed down the drain if we give up now. Why revive it then? And okay, I can understand the argument. Some people go, well, we failed. We didn't fail. Let's be honest here. I think we found out where Shenmue sits in terms of gaming and where its potential lies. But it doesn't mean we can't get a successful continuation of the story within the realms of Shenmue and the market that's there if we keep pushing. If we stop pushing, we stop engaging, stop going on the hashtags, and stop being creative and maybe looking at other methods as well to engage people outside of the bread and butter of the hashtag, then we are absolutely fucked. And then what then will happen is Shenmue will disappear into obscurity, may get a revival. I doubt it. Sega aren't going to be interested in it, let's be honest. They like pushing the franchise that's successful for them. Makes complete business sense. But if we give up now, we are screwed. And that is game over, well and truly. And that will be it. So every member of this community, be it anybody who's been at the top of the community groups or run the fan groups, you will know this, guys, anyway. I'm not having a pop, but you'll know what I think about this. We need to be pushing hard. We need to be getting creative about how we push this alongside the tweetathons. Everybody in the community needs to ask themselves, do I want Shenmue 4? Do I want this series to continue? If you do, then get out there on the 4th of every month. Hashtag Let's Get Shenmue 4. Hashtag Shenmue Anime 2. Any post by Sega, mention Shenmue. Get it in there. Keep it in people's consciousness. Because if we don't, that is it. And if it's not in people's consciousness, they're not thinking about it, it will get left behind. So we need to keep doing that. Any opportunity we get to bring Shenmue into something, let's take advantage of it. Let's push this franchise. We've done it once. We can absolutely do it again. Let's band together. Let's push this together. Let's start 2024 when it comes with a real bang. Come out in force and show the world that we're not satisfied until Shenmue 4 or Shenmue is completed. That is it. That is what we need to do. I know it's tricky. I know people are battle worn. I know people are tired. But we keep pushing. It's very much that simple. Guys, what do you think about all of this? I've rabbited on for probably 10-15 minutes about this and made my point very clear. What do you guys think about this? Drop some comments below. Let us know what you think. And yeah, I can pick some up as we go. Guys, I also want to give a thanks and a shout out to the members who have obviously signed up through YouTube, and you can do that if you want to. A couple of pounds a month means you get early access to all our video content outside of the podcasts. So Nova, Bruce Wayne 911, Mike Franz, Manny Figueroa, Master Mo, Nick Hughes, Sean Hastings, Clunky Mage, and William Lovering. Thank you for your support and helping us run the site. Guys, as ever, thank you for engaging in all the Shenmue content that James and I are putting out. We are going to keep putting this content out until we want, and that's Shenmue 4 and the Shenmue series completed. It's very much that simple. We will keep pushing. We keep pushing together. We get this. Thank you as always. Give us a like, share, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. You know where you can find us by now. All the details are below. Enjoy the rest of the week, guys, and I will see you soon. Have a good day, guys. Take care and have a good one.